Maybe I can help. Yeah, boss. Sure. Anytime. Can do. With pleasure. I'm on it. Let's do this. Can do. With pleasure. Sure. Anytime. Can do. With pleasure. I'm on it. Yes.
Yes.
You rang.
Sure.
Maybe I can help.
The trip to Luskan is as solemn as it is uneventful, and the caravan reaches the gates of the city without further incident. You've heard much about the thieves, gangs, and swindlers of Luskan, and you steel yourself for lies, bribes, threats, and false smiles. In a city where guards are just thugs who deal their brutality for a wage, the only things you can count on to protect you are your friends and your ability to protect yourself. And if Lerathar's stories are true, there are worse things in Luskan than its criminals, as monsters walk beneath, in the ruins of the ancient city of Ilask, now known dismissively as Luskan's sewers. Even the company of new friends and allies is cold comfort after the loss of your guildmates. The death of Bellamy Lightfingers weighs heavily on your mind, and while Jarhild doesn't speak of it, you know it weighs on her as well. With the help of your new companions, you make camp outside the city gates and settle down to wait out the night in fitful sleep. In the morning, you and your companions will walk among the infamous streets of the City of Sails. But your mind is filled with demons, and the night refuses to pass quietly into day.
So tortured. Truly, you have lost one.
Home. Home. I can't go home. They say demons come out of my dreams. I died for a lie, for no purpose. It just wasn't fair. Your mind, your heart, your guilt, your destiny. At the world's end, I can never go home.
Yeah, boss. Anytime.
You understand?
Can you help me? I seem to have lost my way. I was somewhere else, but now I'm going. For a lie, for a dream, for a demon. I think I fulfill my purpose now. This gate is shut. There is only one way left.
Can do. With pleasure. I'm on it. Sure.
Stand for judgment, children of the Abyss. Here is laid bare the truth. You serve the Mad One, Devourer of Hope, Dread General of the Gibbering Hordes. There needs be no truth but what is in my heart. You stand amongst killers, thieves, name betrayers, and corpse robbers. Vile company betrays a vile heart. The world perishes in fire or in shadow, and there you stand, at the heart of it. My order was right to keep watch of you, right to see you die. You were blind to it. I pity you, if such a creature as you were worthy of it.
Let's do this. Can do. With pleasure. I'm on it. Sure, anytime.
Master, come. No, you serve the Master. The Mad One calls to you. Come. He calls, we answer.
Can do. I'm on it.
Say, you've left quite a trail of blood behind you.
Is it your glory that you ended the world? Or some sense of duty? Dreaming awake, skinning sleep for the sake of your master. Such lives you will take.
Yes. Sure. Anytime. Can do. With pleasure. I'm on it.
You have come here to see the birth of a new god. It was, after all, your sacrifice that made it possible.
I died for no reason. In rage and ceaseless pain, as will the world. It will come to pass.
He died because it was supposed to happen. He was a piece on a board, in a game played by gods and demons. You will see, my friend. We are siblings in purpose, if not in blood. He calls to you as he once called to me.
Thrown into you. Clearly you had another rough night, the way you were tossing and carrying on like your head was on fire.
Aye, it was rough. Got a bit of a headache this morning, I do.
I worry that these nightmares could be prophetic, as if someone's trying to communicate with you. Perhaps it is best to suffer through them until we know who and why. A lot of beings communicate through dreams. Gods, spirits, wizards, even demons.
Wait. Demons? Like the spawn of the abyss, demons? That's not good.
There are a myriad of beings that could be trying to contact you. I didn't mean to imply.
What she's trying to say, I imagine, is not to worry. I'm sure our friend in Luskan knows all kinds of crap about dreams and whatnot. You'll be fine.
His name is Soranil Noonshadow. He's a wizard and a bit of an information broker. He asked us to find survivors of the attacks on your guild and bring them to him. He can help you.
Aye, he hasn't steered us wrong yet.
To be honest, true trust is a luxury at the moment. I need certain information, and he's the only one who can offer it.
He's a diviner. He likely foresaw it with his foreseeing equipment. I've seen him do it before. He gets all smug about it when it works.
He also trades in information. Perhaps one of his contacts heard plans to attack your guild, and he wants to know why.
He's an elf. I'd go with the magic thing.
I'd rather get right to work than spend all morning jawing out here in the open.
Aye, all business. I like that in a woman.
Get in line, you twig.
She started it.
Aye, and I'll be finishing it too.
I can tell this is going to be an interesting day.
The gate's not too far from here. Big wall, huge doors, can't miss it.
We might be wanting to check in with Tarlin. Make sure we're square on the caravan job. I'm not holding out hope for a glowing review.
Keep heart, my new friends. I have a feeling that the help you need is just through those gates.
Sure. Anytime.
Something you need? Oh, it's not much of a tale. I was born in Westgate, near the Sea of Fallen Stars. My family were traders. They'd moved out of East Rift and sought a home among the humans. My father made a lot of coin very quickly there, mostly doing things he shouldn't have been doing, bribing officials for shipping contracts, smuggling goods into and out of town, that sort of thing. My mother never approved of my father's business. From the day she found out what we were up to, she started making contingency plans. She wasn't going to let Pa's problems bleed over into family. She was. I'm alive because of her. Finally, my father's sturges came home to roost. They were murdered by rivals. And my mother took my siblings and I, hopped on a caravan, and moved us all the way west to the City of Sails. And there we have it. How a fine young dwarf like me got mixed up in a place like Luskan. You know, this really takes me back. But I have some sleeping and resting that needs doing. Maybe we could wax nostalgic another time. Don't be a stranger.
What can I do for you? There is not much to tell. I have dedicated myself to the search for a relic called the Moon Tear. A relic of Sehanine, lost decades ago as a result of my own childish ignorance. I remember I was around 15 years old, a toddling babe by elven reckoning. I had a friend, Seric, the best companion a young girl could have. But my parents did not approve of our friendship. My parents scolded and punished and eventually kept me from my dear friend, the one child with whom I could play, laugh, and experience joy. One day, I was out playing, on my own, when a group of travelers approached me. They said they were hungry and in need of supplies, but I could tell that they were drow. Even then, I knew what that meant. But, consumed by my childish anger and ignorance, I decided that... Gods forgive me. I decided that a confrontation with the drow would be a fitting punishment for my mother and father, for denying me Seric's companionship. I was, but it was no excuse for what I did. In a fit of pique, I gave the drow travelers directions to our village, hoping to... I don't know what I hoped. I wanted my parents to hurt the way they made me hurt. But what happened was much, much worse. The drow turned out to be forward scouts for a raiding party. They invaded our village, killing and capturing my people. My family. We had been given the sacred honor of protecting a relic of Sehanin. While ransacking our home, the drow took the moon tear. I knew of the drow. I knew what they were capable of. I thought such tragedy was the thing of stories and fables, not of real life. I search now for the moon tear, both to recover it for my goddess, but also in the hopes of making amends for my sins, for my wrath, my ignorance. I'm sorry. I'm exhausted. If there's nothing else, I'd like to take a moment and reflect. We met under tense circumstances, but things will get easier from here on, if the gods will it. The sooner we meet with Soranil, the sooner we can both be on our way. The Lady of Dreams go with you.
Can do. With pleasure. Sure. Anytime. I'm on it. Sure. Anytime. Can do. With pleasure. I'm on it. Sure. Anytime. With pleasure. Sure. Anytime. Can do. With pleasure. I'm on it. Sure. Anytime.
More of a latch than a lock.
Can do. Maybe I can help. I'm on it. Sure. Anytime. Yeah, boss. With pleasure. Sure. Anytime. Can do. With pleasure.
And who do we have here?
We found this one trying to sneak into the city with a forged pass. Bosun Taddock.
I am appalled. A forgery? What has this town come to?
That's what I was telling you. It ain't like it used to be.
Please, I just need to get in to see an apothecary. My son is so sick. I just didn't have time to wait.
Well, we all know the punishment for forgery in this town, don't we?
A stern warning.
If only. Make an example of her. I want no doubts in anyone's minds that no one gets through here without a pass.
With pleasure, sir.
No, please!
I'm sorry. What? I thought I heard you command me to stop. Oh my! Whatever shall I do? I have only my guards here and the might of Ship Rethnor at my back. But keep going. I'm sure you can find some way to be a hero. And what's it to you? You want to help her son so badly? Then feel free to assist him yourself. Now step aside, unless you feel like haggling over this lady some more. Arrangement? Well now, it may be that we've misjudged the situation after all. Oh, I remember now. Silly me. I should have realized it straight off. Welcome to the City of Sails, milady. You're a right hero, you are. I'll name my first pint after you.
I don't have the words to thank you enough for your kindness. The gods smile on you, my friends.
Awfully generous of you.
You've got that sort of coin just lying around. Remind me to tell you about this business idea I had.
Well, we have to find some way into this city, and I certainly don't have a pass.
Aye, there's always another way.
Let's do this. Sure. Anytime. Can do. Yes! With pleasure. I'm on it. Sure. Anytime.